bright boy. Y'all get my point. And hey man, the judge look like he related to this dude. It should be looking crazy, man. But check this out. It's gonna be a commentary dealing with this whole Rittenhouse decision and the mindset we should be in as far as moving forward. Nothing but a distraction.
As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury polled?
Yeah, look at this shit.
Okay. Okay, folks, your job is done, and we started just about 3 weeks ago.
Bro, something wrong with that dude, man. But anyway, on to the lesson. All right, Shalom. This is Howard 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. When I say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Mahamath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Nakwati, my children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Just a quick thought dealing with this whole Rittenhouse shooting, all right, in Kenosha. Dealing with the Jacob Blake shooting, or I should say assault that happened, you know, with the firearm from the police to this brother named Jacob Blake, who was an Israelite, and then had a protest, and then you know, Esau sent their agents, or what you would call some, you know, we say a plant, you know, they plant them in place. And then, hey, all hell break loose. And that's the same thing they're dealing with in the Ahmaud Arbery case, to where Esau believes that every problem, what do you say? They're the hammer and every problem is a nail. It fits so perfect, man. They're the damn hammer and every problem is a nail. So they show up with a damn gun talking about something they came to help you out. I'm showing up to help you, but I got a big ass firearm in my hand. I want to give you medical. Like with a Ahmaud Arbery case, we think he was robbing people in the area, so we held him at gunpoint. And we, you know, I wasn't trying to hurt him. Yes, he was, because you know, that's taking it to the highest level of extremes there, man. Having a firearm, that's taking it to a deadly level, you know. And if anybody was like with Ahmaud Arbery, I'm gonna get back to the other point with Rittenhouse in a second. Just trying to show you the Psyop. There's a Psyop happening here, and there's an attack more attack on the Constitution once again. The self-defense. See, they got Jakes out here so blind, so asleep, that they're mad at the guy Rittenhouse for shooting 3 Edomites. He shot 3 Edomites who possibly be Edomites, you know. But he shot 3 Caucasian, possibly Edomites. He didn't shoot no Jake, and it was all in self-defense. But the issue would have been, why was he there? Why was he sitting out there with a big ass AR, you know, and smoking cigarettes, nervous as hell, plastic gloves, in a hostile environment, you know, no taser, no mace or something like that. It was just straight firearm. Who can he help with that? You can't help anyone. It's not like a blade or a sword where you can help somebody if they get poisoned. You can cut their wound open and with the sword and get the poison out. Or you could burn the tip of the sword and patch up a hole in somebody's body. This gun, man, is made to shoot. It's made to shoot, man. It's made to kill. That's a straight up killing machine, man. If Esau holds it in his hand, he's there to kill something. They know about the 3-step rule, and he had none of those in place. All right, he went to a hostile environment. Now, the guy that pulled the gun out on him and chased him down, he got shot. Boom. Next thing you know, the next people started chasing him. He turned around, a bunch of people chasing him. A lot of y'all would have shot too. A lot of people out there would have shot too, man. You turn around, it's like 8 people on you, and they just coming out the woodworks, and you just boom, boom. It makes sense, man. That's called self-defense. And Esau's playing off of that. Look at the cases, man. I was watching that Mark Arbery case the other day, and I don't get too into it, but I just kind of checked into it recently as of this week. And it's just funny to me because they both are similar. The Edomites over there in the Mark Arbery case, now all of a sudden they're crying out self-defense. And then you got this Edomite getting off self-defense. When it's going to be case law to defend yourself when somebody running up on you. Think about that. Which is good for some, if you're out there and somebody run up on you. You want that in place. It's case law now. You get the no bill. But the thing is, they're going to use this in the Mark Arbery case, man. It's case law. In the Mark Arbery case now, he's going to say he went out there to try to stop a possible robber or burglar or thief. That's what they're trying to label him as. Just like they labeled the people that were protesting, they labeled them rioters. You get what I'm saying? They couldn't be called victims. They called them rioters. It's deep, man. It's deep. You got to think about why were they out there too. Why were those Edomites out there protesting really for Jacob Blake getting shot in the back by the police? He's still alive, but still, so you got to see the comparison, man. Watch the Mark Arbery case. They both were crying. In the same week, they both started crying, on the stand. Rittenhouse and the people over there in the Mark Arbery case, they both started boohoo crying. Then they both said self-defense. All right. And now he's saying, in the Mark Arbery case, they're saying that the brother Mark Arbery ran up on him and grabbed the gun. Who wouldn't do that? So you see where they're going with this, man. They can use this and say it was self-defense. But they're not looking at the intent and the precursor. Why were you there? That's the point. You were there to help. You were there to administer medical. How you gonna give medical with a big ass AR-15? What you talking about, CPR or something? If you're doing CPR, we don't need you here. We don't need you here. They don't need him there for that. So if anything, all the people shouldn't have been running up on him, trying to be Superman, going for the gun. They had a bunch of police out there. Should let them handle it. So it's just, so hey, man, self-defense, I agree with that. But the point is, why was he there? Now, with Ahmaud Arbery, it was self-defense on Ahmaud Arbery's part. If he would have grabbed a gun and shot them, because they all pulled up on him with guns. It don't matter what they think he did, because they're not the police. They're not the police, man. Esau think he the goddamn police, man. Pull up like some damn cattle ranchers and shit, or fucking slave catchers and shit, running up on the brother, man, with a bunch of rifles and shit. But then he bugging out, and he go for the rifle, probably thinking about slavery, all kind of stuff, man. And he like, I ain't steal nothing. What are you talking about? It don't even matter if he did. It had nothing to do with them. That's what you call the police for. They should have just took a picture and said, hey, here he go. We saw him. Officers, look out for this guy. But instead, they like, we're gonna hold him here. You can't hold a man against his will. That's against the law. They're not bringing this up. They held him there against his will. Ahmaud Arbery, then he reached for the gun, which he was entitled to do because they're not the police, man. All right? He don't know their intentions. And it don't matter what they're stopping him for. They're not the police. See, they're not going to bring this up. It's about the intent. It's about why was Rittenhouse down there at the protest with wired up, young, confused, scared and shit. Big ass gun. Mom dropped him off. Had a bunch of his friends with him. They probably play Call of Duty all day and listen to a bunch of rap music and shit. And they double music. You know how they do. Both same, basically. But so that's my view on this, man. I believe it's a psyop, a false flag being established here. They're using this situation to create more of a divide here in America with the self-defense laws and the guns. It's a political thing. It has nothing to do with Jake. But Jake, the main one's mad. See, they played Jake. They did the 3-car money again. They said, hey, Jacob Blake's been shot in the back. What? They shot a black man? Oh, man, protest. They bring Esau down there and Esau shoots Esau at the damn protest. And then Jake is upset, like, oh, shit. He got off with murder. Right? It's like a Roman style. That's why I had that in the clip. The Roman from Gladiator, when they used to judge the damn gladiators and the warriors, and they'll say, hey, thumbs up, thumbs down. You want them killed or not? That's what they're establishing again, man, through the internet. All eyes on the courts, all eyes on the entertainment industry. Let's lynch. That's what they say. They call it cancel culture. All right, they try to cancel and dismantle Lil Baby. What's his name? Lil Baby. And Dave Chappelle, for going against sodomy. All right. Anything that's against their agenda, but also they're creating this mindset of a one world mindset to where they can put everything on the screen and say yay or nay, should he die or not? Everybody like, yeah, you see comments, yeah, he should go to jail. He should be put away for life. He should be put to death. He should this. He should. Well, they thumbs up, thumbs down. And they put the thumbs up on this one, so everybody mad. It's a self-defense. It is what it is, man. But is Esau innocent? No. All right. So this is Psalms 10 and 3. 10 and 5, I'll start from. It says, his ways are always grievous. All right, so anything Esau does is always grievous. They show up with a gun talking about, I'm here to help you. I'm here to administer medical. It's like, with that, yeah, see, it's a chopper. It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. So Esau never judged correctly. They're going to say he's innocent, yeah, as far as self-defense. But why was he there? That's the point, too. He should be judged as far as that. Like, why was he there? It could have been intent to shoot somebody, man. And that's where they're going to get him off at, saying, that's where that Paul Mooney comes into play at. He got the complexion for the protection of the collection. Where Esau protect his own. And they'll say, disregard that. That don't matter. He's crying. Let's go ahead and take a break. Shit. They had a 6-year-old Israelite little girl in class crying, boo-hooing, saying, don't put me in the back of that cop car. Locking up. And, Esau can't seek that repentance with tears when it comes to the Lord. Most High is a righteous judge. He know what Esau did in his past life. That's why he said in Isaiah, prepare slaughter for his children, for the sins of their forefathers. So he's not innocent. He's not innocent, so that's not what this is about. But us being judges, we're supposed to see these matters clearly, that they're pulling a Psyop. And it's something dealing with that Ahmaud Arbery case, the timing of it. You know, they let one off for self-defense, they gotta let the other one off for self-defense. But it's just about how they're gonna try to spin it. So they got a bunch of Jakes mad for no damn reason. It has nothing to do with them. You got 3 Edomites that got shot by Rittenhouse. But you got Jake mad. Alright. So his ways are always grievous, man. They cause a lot of grief and confusion. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. Alright, and that's what Esau is doing. They're puffing at the people. They ain't gonna do nothing. Jake sleep, but they ain't gonna do shit. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Alright. It says, he have said in his heart, also like in verse 7, say that they think they're innocent, but they're not. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Everything they saying, man, from the damn Rittenhouse to the judge that was sitting in the seat, to the prosecutor, to the defense, all of them, man. That whole court is operating under de facto. And they only go off of court law, case law, which can be corrupted easily. They don't go off the righteous law, you know. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Their laws. So what it says, what? And their tongue is mischief and vanity. So he was out there for mischief night. That's why he was out there. He was looking for he was looking for an issue. Anybody would have did anything wrong or ran up on it, they probably would have got shot or threatened with a gun. Anybody would have touched anything and said, yo, back up, and he probably shot him. Boom. It's like, why was he out there? He was put there, man. You know, even if it was his own intentions, it's like he part of something to where they all agreed to just be around Jake with them guns. All right, or at this protest in general, but they wound up shooting 3 Edomites. One in the hand, I think it shot one in the stomach, and it killed one. All right, so it says here, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. And that's what they doing, man. They setting the police up for shooting, and they letting these rich trailer park Edomites get all these guns and military, and they dropping them off in our neighborhoods and letting them have their way. You know, first of all, they should have had, you can see them on video, the police commending them. Thanks for being out here. No, you say, yo, y'all better be careful with them big ass guns y'all got. Don't fucking shoot nobody. They're like, thanks, we really appreciate y'all being out here with them guns, man. Like, what? Protecting the buildings, the infrastructure. See, they protecting the infrastructure and the government. They're not protecting the people. All right. So you got to look at it as a psyop, man. They're using this as far as the media. There's so much happening in the world right now as far as prophecy, and this is all a distraction. So he lieth in wait secretly he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages and the neighborhoods. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. Shoo. So that's what they're doing out there. That probably ain't the first body he got. You never know, man. These people be having bodies. I seen a video the other day. It was some YouTube, man. He walked up on some Edomite, and this Jake was joking with him. He said, yo, how many bodies you got? And dude was like, how many, what? He was like, how many bodies you got? And he was joking, though. He being sarcastic. But this Italian was like, shit, I got 5. Why? It's like, yo, whoa. What? He's just killing people, man? You know? There's nothing to them, man. There's nothing to them, man, you know? So they sit in the lurking places of the villages in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent, and his eyes are privily set against the poor. All right, so even Jake being against Jake, with these gangs and shooting and killing each other, that's all a part of Esau's agenda. Pushing it into music and everything, man. It all goes together. Oh, I said it's a psyop they're playing off out of this. And he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. All right, so they set it up secretly, then they put him out there as a plant, or they set up police in a certain area, put Esau in a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American neighborhood, expecting him to be moral and stick to the laws. No, he's gonna be racist, man, and oppressive and offended at any point. All right, so he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, into his net. So this is a net, man. This is more parts of the trap that's being set, man. An attack on their constitution, which is basically Gadite law that was established here in America. All right, Indian law. So yeah, man. All right, so it says what? He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And the strong ones is what? The police. The politicians be setting all this stuff up, man. Political gain, political agendas on both sides. All right, to attack the gun rights. Or to say, yeah, we gotta get these guns out of here. They'll use a situation like this and build more of a divide and say, was it defense or was it not? Now, let's see what happens in the Ahmaud Arbery case, man. But with this one, I think this one was a psyop. It really happened, but it's being used as a psyop to rouse Jake and begin this race war too, order out of chaos. All right, Esau trying to create that chaos, stir up the chaos. All right, so what was I gonna say? Here you go. That's what it says. This is Genesis 49:9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, meaning a young lion. My son, thou art going up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him, man? So they a young nation, man, strong nation, but Jacob is stronger than Esau. But who shall rouse him? He yielded to Esau. All right, submitted to the society like an old lion that lost his might, his power, and they're growing old in their wickedness and in their confusion. So who shall rouse that, man? Who gonna? You can kick him, you can punch him. A deer can run and just stample all over the damn shit. How the lion gonna fight back? Fight a buffalo? How you gonna take down a buffalo? It can't even get up. It lost its strength. All right. So that's our people. Without moral compass, they're being led astray in all kind of damn directions. All right. So, and they're trying to rouse Jake, but they can't. They try to rouse him, get him hyped up, get him to fight. Yeah, man, Rittenhouse should have been convicted. Like, why? What you got to do with that? Ahmaud Arbery is different because that's an attack on Jake if the laws go through. If he say, yeah, it was self-defense, then any Edomite can run up with a gun and you try to grab it and they'll say self-defense if they shoot. See, that's the trickery. All right, but this one with Rittenhouse, it wasn't racial. It wasn't a racial incident. It was 3 Edomites that was shot. 3 of his own. You see the psyop, the trickery there? All right, and now, in a case like this, if we was in our kingdom, during the David's time, and during the time of Joshua and Moses, right? The Lord set up a place, like sort of like witness protection almost. All right, to where a person can be hidden from the dangers of people's families or rioters, or not rioters, people that were mad about the decision. But Esau doesn't have that in place. They have the witness protection. They might put him in that. But yeah, because it happens, man, to where you're defending yourself and you might knock somebody's head off and they die. You want that to be defense, So you have to judge that rightly. The scriptures say, thou shalt not kill. But that word kill is supposed to be what? Thou shalt not murder. All right, so if somebody's swinging at you and you hit them in the head by mistake, or you hit them in the head defending yourself and they die, you're innocent, man. But if you're intently going out to do something to somebody, that's murder. And that wasn't the case. Well, damn. Was it the case? Who knows, man? You never know with Esau, because I still beg the question. I still ask the question, why was he there? Why was he there, man? That's like putting a gangbanger out there and say, yo, I'm here to... Why are you here? He only do nothing but cause a problem with a gun, a big AR-15. But you see Esau out there with an AR-15 walking up the street. Jake couldn't have did that. And shot somebody, they'd have been dead in the street too, man. It's crazy, man. So, but Jake wanted, they want rights in this place so bad that they willing to destroy their rights according to the Constitution. He need to go to jail. Well, if he do, then you have no more rights when it comes to self-defense with a firearm. All right, Deuteronomy 9:1. When the Lord Yahweh thy power cut off the nations whose land Yahweh thy power giveth thee, and thou succeedest them and dwellest in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee in the midst of thy land, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee to possess. Right? Because you had situations that would come about to where somebody would die or get killed by mistake. All right, but the families don't care. They like, yo, no, we want revenge. Thou shalt separate. All right, so like in verse 3, thou shalt prepare thee a way and divide the coast of thy land, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee to inherit, into 3 parts, that every slayer may flee thither. See, the Lord don't protect murderers, but he knows that things may happen, Check this out. And this is the case of the slayer, which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whoso killeth his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in the time past. See, now you gotta look in this dude's history to see if he had any hatred towards Jacob Blake or the people of basically Jacob, Israel. Why was he out there, man? Maybe he didn't mean to shoot no Edomite. He was probably intending to shoot a Negro, so-called Negro, but he wound up getting 3 of his own, Edomites. It said, thou shalt separate 3 cities. Oh, so like, where was that? Thou shalt prepare thee a way. What was that? Verse 4. Okay, verse 4. And this is the case of the slayer which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whoso killeth his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in time past, as wolf into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetcheth a stroke with the axe to cut down the tree, and the head slippeth off from the helm, and lighteth upon his neighbor, that he die, he shall flee unto one of those cities and live. All right, so and this wasn't that case, man. This guy was planted there, showing up with a damn gun, talking, I'm here to heal you. You know what I'm saying? So he got judged according to that. Like, what was your agenda, man? What was you there for? But as far as the actual incident that happened, that's self-defense because they ran up on him. You know what I mean? But the agenda is everything. It says, as when a man, all right, so now verse 6, let the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer while his heart is hot and overtake him, because the way is long. Oh, so lucky. All right, let him flee into one of those cities and live, lest, all right, the avenger of the blood pursue him, the slayer, while his heart is hot and overtake him, just like in the situation with Young Dolph, that rapper that got shot in Memphis. They said it's a war zone now, because everybody's heart, their mind is like hot with revenge right now. It hasn't died down yet. Lest the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer, while his heart is hot and overtake him, because the way is long, and that'll put them in sin, is murderers. Turn them into murderers now. And slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, in as much as he not in times past. See, this wasn't intentional. Now, Rittenhouse being down there at the protest, that's when it's like, all right, what was his agenda, man? Can't let up on that. But as far as the act of what happened, that was self-defense. You know what I mean? He was running, they running up on him, hitting him in the back of his head. The other dude had a gun running behind him. He turned around, hit him up with the Call of Duty. All right. So it says, so he said, you know, and that's murder if somebody intentionally goes to kill somebody, to take their life. All right. So, hey, man, I believe this was Psyop they're going to use with the Ahmaud Arbery case in defense. They're going to try to spin that case to defense, and that's the one to watch. That's the one that's dealing with our people, because that means Esau feel like they could run up and just like they herding cattle, man, and just pull a gun on you, and you reach out to grab it or do something. That gives you no option, only to run. That's it. If you pull out, you shoot at them, or you grab them, and they shoot you, you know. If Ahmaud Arbery's killers get away with it, then they're gonna say people can use that as self-defense, and that's where it's an issue at. But hey, man, you gotta expect all this, everything in this place to go from sugar to shit real soon. You know, it's already doing that. So people looking for justice in this place, and rights and freedom, and this place being destroyed, man. The Lord said He's gonna draw upon this place the line of confusion. It's to be expected, all the confusion. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it, man, and get to the next lesson. Say shalom.